Okay. Getting ready to come to the track will be heat race number 1 in the pure stock.
I got 13.
We're live.
Pure stock drivers, you need to be at stop and go. Stingers, you'll be second. Late model qualifying will be third. Followed by the vintage and the street stock.
Huh?
Well, I'm getting the lamps read. That's just the first one for now because I haven't fixed things. That's been.
I have got a picture copy.
They're live on this.
Once, as we get ready to get started, I need to take this opportunity to welcome our friends at Just Dirt Productions for joining us live on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here in the stands. Get to know your neighbors. We're going to have a fun night of racing action capped off tonight with the Minivan Demolition Derby. This is going to be exciting. Heat race number 1, pure stock, coming to the track. It's going to be the S64, the black and green machine of Sidney Brown. Bailey Ellison in the 10. Gary Lippincott in the 37, the 7th of Link Powell, and the 24B of Owen Barnhill. Getting ready to go 6 laps. Sidney Brown's in charge of the field, getting ready to start the race. Going to the turn. Everybody getting ready to get started. Sidney Brown, Bailey Ellison, your front row. Green flag in here. We are off and running. Sidney Brown hits again, but here comes Bailey Ellison. Going down into turn number 1. Everybody negotiates turn 1. It's going to be Bailey Ellison. Here comes Link Powell. Sidney Brown trying to hold on to the 3rd spot as Sidney battles with Link Powell. Then it's going to be Gary Lippincott, Owen Barnhill coming to complete lap number 1. Sidney Brown holding on to the 2nd spot, trying to shake Link Powell. Oh, she goes high and wide in 1, comes down a little bit, has half a car length going down the backstretch, heading into turn 3. Bailey Ellison, Sidney Brown, Link Powell, Owen Barnhill, Gary Lippincott getting a little bit loose in the 37 blue machine. 2 down, 4 to go here at Southern Raceway. Bailey Ellison, he's not checked out on the field. He is in his own time zone. Bailey Ellison, 3 down, 3 to go. Here comes Sidney Brown, Link Powell in the 7, the 24 of Owen Barnhill, and Gary Lippincott in the 37. Bailey Ellison did not like his finish last night. He is here to prove a point that he is ready to romp and stomp with everybody. Bailey Ellison leads them into 1 going down the back stretch as Sidney Brown's trying to catch up. But Sidney's trying to get the congeniality trophy for his 2nd place finish. Bailey Ellison taking the white hanky on a stick. Last lap this time by for Bailey Ellison. Sidney Brown 2nd. Then it's going to be Owen Barnhill, Gary Lippincott. I don't know what happened to Link Powell. But get ready to turn out the lights. The party's over. Heat race number 1. Bailey Ellison is your winner. 2nd place is going to go to Sidney Brown. 3rd place to Owen Barnhill. 4th to Gary Lippincott. Link Powell will be credited with a 5th place finish. Heat race number 2 getting ready to come up as we get ready for the cars to come out onto the track. A big thank you to Food Outlet, Boyette Septic, Amco, AAMCO, Transmission and Car Care, Pensacola, Fort Walton Beach, as well as Arby's, Highway 90 in Milton, where they have the meats, being our big board sponsors, along with Navarre Auto Repair. Things are a little slow getting the plywood you need. as we had to take an extended time off. Here is the 6 car, Daryl Robinson. There's the 38, Kevin Bell. TJ Grimes in the 157, Matthew Harris in the 15, and the 19 of Trent Sweeney. Getting ready to go 6 laps. Daryl Robinson in the 6 machine is your pole setter. He decided he wants to start on the outside in the heat race, thinking that will give him a better run into 1. And he has opted to do so, putting Kevin Bell to the inside. Here they come off turn number 4. Getting ready to go 6 laps. Green flag in the air, and they are off and running. Daryl Robinson leading the run into 1 as he drops in front of Kevin Bell. Then it's going to be Matthew Harris in the 15, sliding into 3rd. TJ Grimes 4th, and Trent Sweeney in the 5th spot. Robinson leading them off turn 4 as he heads to the stripe. Kevin Bell running 2nd. Matthew Harris, TJ Grimes, Trent Sweeney. 1 on the board. Looks like Daryl Robinson likes it sideways in the turns. Got that number 6 machine hooked up, coming to complete lap number 2 as Kevin Bell peeks to the inside, but no dice. It's going to be Daryl Robinson, your leader, 2 down, 4 to go. Robinson going up high. Kevin Bell going to try to do the dive into 3. He made the dive. Can he hold on as he's on the bottom? Coming off turn 4. Kevin Bell is your new leader, 3 down, 3 to go. Daryl Robinson 2nd. Matthew Harris 3rd. TJ Grimes 4th. And then it's going to be Trent Sweeney. Oh, Harris gets some company from TJ Grimes as they come into turn 3, coming off turn 4. It's going to be Kevin Bell, Daryl Robinson, Matthew Harris, TJ Grimes, and Trent Sweeney. 4 down, 2 to go. So, look out. Matthew Harris hits the spin button on the 15, and he goes around in circles. A little tribute to Billy Preston. White flag in the air, last lap. Kevin Bell, Daryl Robinson, TJ Grimes, Trent Sweeney. Here comes Matthew Harris trying to catch up with the dance. Checkered flag getting ready to come out in the air. Your winner, heat race number 2, it's going to be Kevin Bell. Daryl Robinson 2nd. TJ Grimes comes home 3rd. Trent Sweeney 4th. Matthew Harris crosses the line in 5th. Gracias. Coming up, now it's time for the Stinger heat race. We got 2 heats in the Stinger class. Folks, if you want to know what this class is, I had a friend of mine describe it, and I liked his description. This is the fastest demolition derby you will ever see, where the cars aren't supposed to hit each other, but they do. Kevin Blocker in the 18. Stephen Hill out of Crestview swept the Iron Man last week in the 20. Jesse Savage in the 14, and Tony Southard in the 14. Tony is MIA. Missing in action. Doesn't look like he's going to make the start. Whoa. They waved that start off real quick. To help you understand what's going on here, you see the first cone with the gentleman sitting by the tire in the green shirt? By the way, everybody waved to Phil. He is the bravest man I know taking pictures at a racetrack. Phil sits at the starting cone, and then once you pass the first cone, you can start the race. The race can start anywhere between the first cone and the second cone. Unfortunately, Kevin Blocker got on the gas a little early, so he gets penalized 1 row for jumping the start. Oh, hold on just a second here. Let me grab the right microphone. Oh, you don't want to? Who graduated? Sonny Gilmore graduated college. Woo! Look out. Now if I can only graduate college. Racing on graduation night. Green flag in the air. Stephen Hill out front. Then it's going to be Jesse Savage running second. And Kevin Booker bringing up the rear after jumping the start. Stephen Hill leading him off turn number 4. First lap in the books. It's Stephen Hill. He's trying to pick up where he left off Memorial Day weekend. Last Sunday, out front, Jesse Savage running second. Then it's going to be Kevin Booker running third. But Booker is chasing Savage down. Oh, yeah. Stephen Hill out front. Then it's going to be Jesse Savage, Kevin Booker making a move off turn number 2. Getting ready to come to the halfway, 3 down, 3 to go. It's Stephen Hill. Kevin Booker trying to get around Jesse Savage. No dice coming off turn 4. But Stephen Hill is checking out on the field. Jesse Savage went way up. Kevin Booker, he's going to try to make a move down into turn number 3 as they go door handle to door handle, turn 3. Savage to the high side, Booker to the inside, coming off 4. Booker moves up to second place as Stephen Hill extends his lead while they're battling for second and third. Booker looks like he's going to get Mr. Congeniality as coming to the white flag. It is Stephen Hill. Hill crossing the stripe going into turn 1. Here comes second place Kevin Booker. Looks like Jesse Savage takes it off to go get a Slim Jim. Here comes your leader, winner, off turn 4. Out of Crestview, it is Stephen Hill. Kevin Booker coming home second. Jesse Savage will be coming home in the third spot. Heat race number 2 coming up for the Stingers. Coming to the track. It's going to be heat race number 2 for the Stingers. Sean Gunter in the 15. Eddie Quason in the 14Q. Steve Seidner in the 1776. We've got an MIA driver in this one as well. Looking for Wayne Burkett in the 42. Sean Gunter on the point in the 15. Eddie Quason outside the front row starting second in the 14Q. Green flag in the air. Sean Gunter leading the run down into 1. But here comes Eddie Quason. Quason doing the high side hustle. Coming around the top side as he's trying to get around Sean Gunter. Gunter holding his own down at the bottom. Quason, he's going to try to make the move off of 4. Let's see who gets it at the stripe. Oh, it's going to be Sean Gunter by about 3/4 of a car. Quason falls in between Gunter and as well as Steve Seidner. Now Quason's going to try the bottom. See if Gunter can hold the top. He goes way high and outside like Major League Ball 1. Quason almost a dead heat at the stripe. We got 2 on the board. They are trading spots, trading sheet metal. Sean Gunter, Eddie Quason. Steve Seidner's got the best seat in the house, running third. Watching those 2 to see if he can capitalize on a big mistake because they are battling it hard. 3 down, 3 to go. Gunter leading them into turn 1. Eddie Quason trying to close the gap. He's peeking to the high side. Looks like he's thinking better about it. Going into turn 3. Gunter goes high. Thought Quason was going to do a crossover for a second. Quason on the outside. He's going to try to go the long way around Sean Gunter. Oh, Gunter gets loose. Sean Gunter still showing the way. White flag in the air. Gunter's going top, bottom. He's racing every groove out there on the track. Eddie Quason trying to find a way around him. Coming off turn 4 to the flag. It's going to be Sean Gunter followed by Eddie Quason. Steve Seidner, he's going to get credited with third place.
Okay, no problem. I'll just talk about them as they go around and watch the board.
Well, I got my race pass live set up, Bill. Do you have my race pass live?
All right, getting ready to come to the track. We're going to play Beat the Clock Southern style. We've got late models coming onto the track. They're going to come on 2 by 2. They will run 2 laps. Fastest lap counts. We've got 604 crate late models ready to duke it out to see who's going to start in what order. .604 crate late models, you need to get lined up in your order for qualifying, or it could cost you time and laps. Here we go. Let me see who the first 2 cars coming out are going to be. Coming out of the chute first, looks like that's going to be the 22 of John Bryant. John Bryant coming out first for his qualifying effort. Coming with him, looks like that's going to be the 01 of Tyler Webb. Green flag in the air. John Bryant on the clock. Tyler Webb, he's going to have to get scooting or he's going to have company as we are qualifying here at Southern Raceway. John Bryant coming to complete lap number 1. 16.115. He's got the provisional top spot. 16.115 for John Bryant. Tyler Webb gets way high and outside. He comes to the stripe. He's going to be 17.358. John Bryant, oh boy, 15.854. Oh, look out, Tyler. Whoa, there's a wall there. Tyler Webb avoids the wall, but trashes the lap. He got one in. His fast time was 17.358. Lap number 2 was 37.052 seconds. That one goes in the waste can. That was fast for a spin in there. Got to give him credit for that. That looks stylish. The Russian judges down the aisle for me going, nope. All right, here comes Tim Anderson in the 99 out of Pensacola, Florida. Coming to dance with him on the track, it's going to be the 47 of James Gilmore. Here we go, coming to a green flag. Tim Anderson, Pensacola driver. Doing the Tim Anderson Racing Project this year. Here comes James Gilmore in the 47. Tim Anderson coming to the stripe to complete lap number 1. 15.592. Very respectable. First lap for James Gilmore, 16.192. Anderson, did he pick it up? Tim Anderson, 16.640. James Gilmore, lap number 2, is going to be a 16.060. So right now, John Bryant is the fast time to beat so far. Bud Thompson and Taylor Jarvis, the next two out of the chute. Bud Thompson out of Mossy Head, Florida, going on the clock in the 777. Here comes Taylor Jarvis in the 36. Coming to the stripe to complete lap number 1, Bud Thompson, 15.9 flat. Lap number 1 for Taylor Jarvis, 15.805. Right now, unofficially, as Bud Thompson comes in 16.026. Taylor Jarvis, 15.751. That's going to put Taylor Jarvis into the third spot. And rounding out qualifying is going to be Kyle Bryant. I'm double checking my times. Kyle Bryant busting the tape to get things started. Oh, not good for Kyle. That's a throwaway. Tim Anderson in the 99 has got the fastest lap. Second fastest lap is going to go to Taylor Jarvis. Third fastest is going to be John Bryant in the 22. Bud Thompson's going to come in the fourth fastest. Fifth fastest is going to be the 47 of James Gilmore. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a treat coming to you at intermission. Kyle Bryant, he's going to get one lap. He's getting a good run start. Okay, he's got one to go. Okay, green and white together. This is the one that's going to be official. Kyle Bryant out of Navarre in the blue machine. Going into turn 3, boy, he's throwing up a cloud of dust. He's digging hard. Coming to the stripe, Kyle Bryant, 16.489. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we've got the 604 crate late model qualifying done, here come our drivers in the vintage class. By the way, I have just been made aware we're going to have a little parade at intermission, so get ready for that. Here are your vintage cars. Heat race number 1. Gaston Rogers coming to the track in the 75. Chris Brown in the 23B. J.D. Fuqua in the 52. It's the Wild Child out of pace. Ricky Haugen in the 12. Tail end, third row is going to be Kristen Rass in the 717. And Brittany Fife in the 25. Glad to see Kristen back tonight. She had a wild ride in the Ladies League. Green flag in the air. Gaston Rogers on the gas. Ricky Haugen going right with him. Chris Brown trying to hold off Ricky Haugen as they go down into 1. Brown down low, Haugen up top. Haugen starting to pull ahead going into 3 as both drivers are trying to chase Gaston Rogers. Coming off 4 to complete lap number 1. It's going to be Gaston Rogers, Ricky Haugen, Chris Brown 1, 2, and 3. Then it's going to be J.D. Fuqua in 4th, Kristen Rast in 5th, and Brittany Fife in 6th. Here we go, Gaston Rogers. He's got company. The Wild Child out of pace, Ricky Haugen, trying to close the gap, but here comes Chris Brown battling back. It's going to be Rogers, Haugen, Brown, Fuqua, then Rast, your top 5. 2 on the board, getting ready to come to halfway. 3 down, 3 to go this time by Rogers. Ricky Haugen, oh, he got close to the wall. The Wild Child trying every inch of dirt surface to see if he can get some momentum to catch up with Rogers, who's driving like he's putting on a clinic. Rogers coming out of turn number 4. 2 to go this time by Gaston Rogers, Ricky Haugen, Chris Brown, J.D. Fuqua. There's Kristen Rast. I'll talk more about her after the heat. Gaston Rogers, he's got a grip on the track now. White flag in the air. Rogers, 1 lap to go. Ricky Haugen trying to catch him. Chris Brown trying to find every bit of dirt with grip for his Hoosiers. J.D. Fuqua running 4th. Coming off turn number 4. Here comes your leader and winner. It's going to be Gaston Rogers. Ricky Haugen 2nd. Chris Brown 3rd. J.D. Fuqua 4th. And Kristen Rast in 5th. Glad to see Kristen back in the car. If you were here with us last night in the Ladies League, Kristen won her heat in a very close finish with Addie Mabry, but when she got to turn 1, after taking the checkered flag, her car decided to revolt on her by losing its motor. Had a nice little pretty orange color. Pretty if you're in the stands watching, not so pretty if you're in the cockpit, sitting behind the steering wheel. Not pretty at all. But Kristen back racing with us tonight. Okay, setting the field for you, heat race 2. Don Hall in the 41. Chris Gibson in the 4S. Caden White in the 94. Dustin Henderson in the 8. And Robin Christensen in the 7 machine. Track officials giving them the directions. No punching, no kicking, no gouging. Green flag. Wow! Hold on. That was not, that was. We got to give him style points. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain to you what happened. It looks like Chris Gibson got on the gas a little early, jump started, realized he got on the gas early, got out of it, and then became the recipient of a bumper. Chris Gibson got punted. Now it looks like he wants to talk to a track official because he's not happy he's going back a row. That's normally the penalty for jumping the start. You go back one row. Chris Gibson gets done with this consultation. He's getting his car rolling. He's going to slide up right in front of Robin Christensen in the 7 machine. That is his new spot. And there he goes. Getting ready to go 6 laps. Don Hall is on the point. He gets to start the race between the cones. Caden White beside him. Then it's going to be Chris Gibson and Dustin Henderson, row 2. Field coming to the 1 to go as we get ready to try this heat race once again. Vintage getting ready to go 6 laps. Heat race number 2 here at Southern Raceway. All right. At intermission, we have a treat coming for you. So you don't want to miss it. Coming off turn number 4. Caden White out front. Don Hall running second. Here comes Chris Gibson. Him and Don Hall getting acquainted on the backstretch. Caden White's going to be credited with leading lap number 1. Chris Gibson here, there, everywhere in second. Then it's going to be Robin Christensen. Don Hall just ahead of Robin. Caden White checking out on the field. It's going to be Caden White, Chris Gibson, Don Hall, and Robin Christensen. Almost a dead heat at the stripe. And then we've got Dustin Henderson. He's taking care of the mosquito problem tonight. 2 down, coming to halfway, 3 down, 3 to go. It's going to be Caden White, your leader. Chris Gibson running second. Robin Christensen, Don Hall, followed by Dustin Henderson. Caden White in that Day Glow Hunter Orange 94 machine. 2 laps to go. Looks like Chris Gibson trying to be Mr. Congeniality, but Robin Christensen's digging hard with that 7. He got around Don Hall. Now he wants to go for second. White flag in the air this time by. Chris Gibson gets way loose up top. Turn 3. The field's going to freight training. White flag in the air. Gibson out of harm's way. Coming back to a checkered flag. Here comes your leader and winner. It's going to be Caden White. Looky, Robin Christensen. Mr. Congeniality in second. Don Hall coming home third. Dustin Henderson fourth. And Chris Gibson will be credited with the 5 spot. There goes Chris. Chris is okay. He got his car fired back up. He's headed to the pits. He's probably giving one of those Kyle Busch talks right now as he goes back underneath his helmet. Coming off turn number 4 onto the track, it's our Crate Racing USA Street Stocks. Michael Johnson in the 311 out of Pensacola. Tommy Lowry, Tommy Boy, in the 27. Row 2 is going to be Jason McDaniel in the 10. Huck Gibson in the 20. And Sonny Gilmore, who's graduating from college today, in the 64. Of course, when you're studying from home, it's easy to graduate at home. Green flag in the air. Tommy Lowry out front. Tommy Boy going to try to run away from Michael Johnson and the rest of the field. Looks like that is Jason McDaniel, bottom of turn 2, coming back to a caution. That's going to be a complete restart. Jason McDaniel, the driver out of Munson, got a little loose. Hold on, Jason. They're coming. Here comes that big blue Ford to help you. Probably needs a push. Everybody goes back to their respective pews. Hey, there's Towmater, the tow truck. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to announce that the late model hot lap session will be immediately following intermission. Drivers, late model hot lap session will immediately follow intermission. Intermission will be coming up after this heat race. And we've got something special planned for tonight. Talking about graduation, we have a Central High School class of 2020 graduation parade getting ready to take place at intermission. So we're going to honor those people. Coming off turn 4, green flag in the air. The Tommy Boy out front again. Tommy Lowry leading them into 1. Tommy Lowry showing the way. Michael Johnson second. But look out, here comes Huck Gibson. Huck Gibson on the high side of Johnson. Going into 3 is Tommy Lowry. Leads them off 4 to lead lap 1. Huck Gibson in hot pursuit. Michael Johnson running 3rd. Then it's going to be Jason McDaniel and the graduate Sonny Gilmore. Tommy Lowry. I can only ask what he ate for lunch. He must have ate Wheaties. Tommy Lowry showing the way, getting ready to complete halfway. 3 down, 3 to go this time by for Tommy Boy Lowry. Huck Gibson, we got a spinner. That's going to be Jason McDaniel. He gets it turned around. He gets her going again. We're going to stay green. Tommy Lowry. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the yellow come out. Lap 3, caution Jason McDaniel. Michael Johnson's going to be the third. He gets to fill the spot that Huck Gibson does not take on row 2. Sonny Gilmore, the graduate's going to be inside row 3. Outside, Jason McDaniel. But it's Tommy Lowry on the point. Tommy Lowry on the point as we do the Alabama shuffle for the restart. Delaware restart for some of you. Lowry out front. Huck Gibson, Michael Johnson, row 2. Green flag in the air. Huck Gibson tested the waters. Tommy Lowry leads the run down the backstretch. Huck Gibson running second. Michael Johnson third. Jason McDaniel, Sonny Gilmore in that order. 2 laps to go for Tommy Lowry. Tommy boy showing the way. Sliding up high. Oh, it's going to be Michael Johnson hitting the spin button on the 311. He keeps his foot in it. We're going to stay green. White flag for Tommy Lowry. Huck Gibson running second. Can the Huckster catch him? Tommy Lowry going into turn 3. If he keeps it pointed in the right direction. Oh, check it out. The Wheaties must have been good. Tommy Lowry, your winner. Huck Gibson, second. Third place, Jason McDaniel. Fourth place is going to be Sonny Gilmore. And Michael Johnson coming home in fifth. Tommy Lowry wins the heat race. Now, during intermission, we are getting ready. We are going to present to you the graduates from Central High School class of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, help us honor the Central High School graduates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are right now in the process of getting lined up the Central School class of 2020 for their parade.
No, he is not. I just double checked with him.
We will be presenting the 2020 graduating class from Central School or Central High School, whichever way you would like to pronounce it. Central School in the community of Allentown. Sean Twitty is the principal of that school.
Can I come down and use the restroom and go get something to eat?
When I hear the word, I will start introducing you to the graduates who will parade by in vehicles. I will go ahead and apologize ahead of time if I accidentally butcher a name. I am not doing it intentionally. Thank you, Ms. Reba. Also, to let everyone know, thank you, ma'am, late models, dirt late models, your hot lap session will be immediately after intermission. Okay. I'm going to ask Mr. Tom if he thinks I've got time to do the birthday list while they're lining up. Okay, we're going to do the birthday list. Want to take this opportunity to wish Kevin Jeffers, the tractor driver, a happy birthday. Cindy Rush, who's also known as Lucy, happy birthday to you, Cindy. Rusty Bonnier, I hope I said that right. Rusty, 16 today. Chase Medlock, turning 4. Neil Medlock, turning 36. And Chris Raitt, Looks like we've got logged at 41 years young. If I missed your birthday or anniversary, please accept my apologies. But from everyone here at Southern Raceway, on my behalf, I'd like to wish all of you a happy anniversary and happy birthday. Once again, we're going to be doing the Central graduation class tonight here at Southern Raceway. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 16 seniors that we will be honoring as part of the graduation class. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, after the racing action tonight, we're going to have a minivan demolition derby. I was talking to Mr. Tom last night. Over 2,600 people voted to pick the driver for the van that Southern Raceway is having there. And Wayne Stacy was the winner of the fan vote, getting to drive the demo derby car. So congratulations to you, Wayne. I do know there were a lot of votes for Josh Joyner. Mike Lane got quite a few votes. I am relieved to know that I did not see my name as I scrolled through there, even though Mr. Tom was trying to put a couple people up to vote for me. Also, my wife wants me to thank you for not voting for me as well. Anyway, been a long time since I've been in a car. Forget a demo derby car. Once we get the senior class rolling out here, be happy to introduce you to all of them. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget about your 50-50 tickets. You can get them from Miss Kathy at the table behind the ticket booth. And while Mr. Tom is up here with me, what is the record for a single vehicle for carload night? Mr. Tom says the record is 17 or 18. All right, here's going to be your advice from your old buddy Bill up here in the tower. If you know somebody that's got an RV or a school bus, charge everybody $1 a head to get in it, and then take the $20 that you get in it, keep the profit to cover the gas, but you could load up. I'm trying to think. When I went to school, a school bus held at least 45 or 50 kids. Speak for yourself. You got to remember, my first car was a 76 Monte Carlo. There was a reason I had a big car as a kid. Couldn't fit in the small ones. Hey, anyway, but you could get an RV, pull it in, get you one of those. Hey, I know what. I'll talk to somebody I know in Pensacola. He's got one of those big, nice motor coaches. We could get at least 20 in it. Drink coffee on the way here. But $20 for however many people you can fit in your car, your truck, your van. You know, back in the days of college, people used to try to get 20 people in a Volkswagen. That was back in the 60s when you would cram the bug. Hate to see try to cram a Volkswagen today. They're not as big as they used to be. All right, graduates from Central School. Principal at Central School, Sean Twitty. By the way, if Mr. Twitty's here, he might be here, I don't know. If he would come up to the tower, we would enjoy talking to him about this graduating class that's going to be on parade going by tonight. By the way, I do want to say this to you. I would be remiss. Folks, if you know a school that's not had a graduation or graduation ceremony, get them together, come to Southern Raceway. We will do a parade for them here as well at intermission to honor the seniors of 2020. So that's Pace, Navarre, Gulf Breeze, Milton, Jay. I'm looking at Mr. Tom. I'm pretty sure he'll extend it to Okaloosa County and Escambia County as well, if they want to come have a graduation ceremony. Because I know we got people here from Crestview and Baker and Fort Walton Beach and Choctaw High School, Destin. Also got some from Escambia, Pensacola, Northview, Tate, Pine Forest. I'm trying to name off all the schools I remember. Booker T. Washington. I'm trying to see if I forgot any, Mr. Tom. I think I got them all. Do you want them to hear you, Dan? Oh, what do you want me to tell them, Dan? Want to take an opportunity to remind everybody that we need to thank Buster McDaniel Racing and Just Dirt Productions for broadcasting this live on Facebook. I'm sure Dan and his crew are videoing the parade, or getting ready to video the parade, and the demo derby. It's going to be action-packed. And if you'd like to see an up-close view of what you see, just get your cell phone out. Look it up. If you've got an iPad, a laptop, whatever you might have, tablet, you can watch the action. Looking up at the top, I see some flashing lights. That's good news in this case. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I do need to let you know, and I know there are good situations and bad situations, But I will tell you one job I would not want to ever have, and that would be a law enforcement officer. Because when something bad happens somewhere else, all of them get it. And I will tell you now, there are bad things that happen everywhere. I will be honest with you, my own daughter asked me about the situation and how they responded. And I can't tell you how I know what I saw from the video, but I only saw the video. I wasn't there. So remember, law enforcement, firefighters, emergency personnel, first responders altogether, they do not have the easiest job, and it's probably so stressful, they probably keep the Tums Corporation and the Goodies people in business. So please, you see an officer, thank them for what they do. They are out there every day. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I like everybody getting their phones out. That looks so cool. Their tablets. I like seeing that. Hold on to that idea. Mr. Tom, you just told your age, and I'm not going to comment because I'll tell mine at the same time. But I will tell you the first program I downloaded for my phone. It was a Zippo lighter program when I got my iPhone. Just to let you know what we're going to do, folks, we're going to let them go by the grandstands one time. And when they come back around for the second time, we're going to start introducing them. As I said, I hope I say these names correctly. I will not lie to you. I am not the best at pronunciations. For those of you that have been following Southern Raceway for about the last 5 years, you know sometimes my tongue gets in the front of my eye tooth and I can't see what I'm saying. So, and I just dated myself with that comment. Looking up, I see the flashing lights. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. Just a nice, steady, hypnotizing pattern that might make you fall asleep. Anyway, waiting for Brandon to give us the go-ahead. I would ask if Brandon was trying to do something from one of the graduates, like get a diploma, or I'm picking at Brandon because he got me in trouble last night. Then he's trying to get a replacement. Central High alumni trying to get a replacement diploma. I know there were some colleges that I looked at as a kid, and they talked about giving diplomas to people. Some schools would give you one, but you had to have your window down and stop first. That's how bad some schools are. Won't name them. But that's probably one of the biggest things facing these young kids is going to college. Because there are so many colleges Looks like we've got them coming onto the track. Ladies and gentlemen, as they come by, big round of applause for the 2020 graduates of Central School. This is their graduation. Being led onto the track by the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. We've got them in Jeeps, in cars. Big round of applause. Check out, is that a hat or is that, somebody's got a whammer hammer out there. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you have the opportunity, I saw several people with cell phones. Fire your cell phone up, and when the kids come back by again, we're going to do a modern concert salute. Shine the screen of your cell phone on the kids on the track. Kind of just wave your phone with the power going. Let them have a great time. Recognize them. That's when they come back around. They're out there practicing social distancing. Here we go. Oh, yes. We've got all kinds of vehicles in line. We're going to introduce them this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, get your phones ready, light them up, shine them out toward the track to salute the 2020 graduates of Central School in the metropolis of Allentown. Here comes the Sheriff's Office bringing them around. Turn number 4. They're going to cross the line at Southern Raceway, and they will be graduates. People, get your phones ready. Start shining them. It's going to be like a rock concert. Shine your light on the graduates. Wave your phone. In vehicle number 1, according to my list, it's going to be Shelby Balk and Michaela Penton. Graduates of 2020 as they approach the finish line to their senior year in Allentown. Coming up next on the list, Lexi Bradley. Next vehicle, Jessica Cooley. Next in line, Lindsay Dunlap. Next graduate will be Kayla Ebelber. Hope I said that correct. I'm sorry. Next, Daniel Gohagen. Next vehicle, I think I've got a duet coming. Allison Gooddale and Jamie Hizike. Hope I said that correctly. Next vehicle, we will have Michaela Hart. Next, Wyatt Hayes. Hunter Herring. Destiny Honecker. Austin Navy. Connor Shank. And Caden White. Yes, it's the Caden White I thought of. Folks, you just saw him out here racing. Now he crosses the finish line a second time, graduating Central School. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to make a few more laps around the track. get pictures, all kinds of good stuff. This is a great way to send these young people off. I would have much rather had done this when I graduated school than have to go through all that pomp and circumstance. But my friends thought I was antisocial to begin with. They just didn't know I was ready to get out of high school. Once again, 2020 graduates, Central High School, wave at them, hoot, holler, cheer them on. By the way, I'm going to make this comment, and this is not a shameless plug, but I will tell you, we were talking about what to do for the graduating class, and Mr. Tom came up with the idea of letting schools come and do this to honor the seniors. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks great, and I will tell you, it's such an awesome deal. Oh, Dan's going to flag them. Dan with the flag. Dan, wait till they come back around with the cop in front. See the cop getting ready to go into turn 3? Then flag. Thank you. No. Don't black flag me. I'm going to be like the drivers on the track. I can't see you. I can't see the colors black and I can't see the color yellow. I know green and checkered. That's it. Go and finish. Dan's getting ready for the checkered flag as the Central class of 2020 gets ready to come out of turn 4, led by one of Santa Rosa County's very finest. Don't flag the tractors either. We have doubts about them. We're checking their transcripts. Here they come. This time to the finish line. Checkered flag in the air. Central High 2020. Dan's getting practice in case he needs to take up a second job flagging races. As I said earlier, this is something that every high school can do. If you know of a school or you're part of a school organization whose seniors did not get to have a graduating procession with the pomp and the circumstance, please contact Mr. Tom or Ms. Kim Lowry. Ms. Kim will tell me, call her, not Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom stays so busy, I don't know how he keeps things straight. But contact Southern Raceway, and let's make this happen. This is the coolest way I've ever seen to send off a senior class. This is just so cool. Caden, you can't pass. Stay in line, Caden. I like the car in front of you, but don't hit it. Caden will be coming back in his race car. Congratulations, seniors, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for engaging in this senior send-off. Don't forget about your 50-50 tickets. You can get them from Miss Kathy at the table behind the ticket booth. Also, Don't forget, next week, it's going to be a $20 carload. Mr. Tom is interested in seeing big buses, RVs, the more the better. Let's try to pack the house. And by the way, don't park at the Tom Thumb. We're trying to keep our neighbors happy. Trust me, when I go by there, if something happens, me or Mr. Tom hear about it because we're usually wearing a work shirt. We are going to have these 604 late models do hot laps. So, late model drivers, start getting your cars to stop and go as we're going to get ready to let you do some hot laps before we start our features. Late model drivers, line them up for hot laps, please. Thank you. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had to get a quick gulp of that official drink of Southern Raceway, Pepsi. Also, you can get Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, water. That's got to be the fastest water truck I've ever seen. By the way, got a great marketing idea. How would you like to market your paint and body shop? Because I'm sure if you painted the trucks, if you put a plug on them for your business, don't think that would be a problem. And I'm sure Mr. Tom could work out a sweet deal for you. Matter of fact, it might be sweeter if you throw in the tow truck. But I do ask that you paint the tow truck to look like Tow Mater from the Cars movie. I'm being towed on up here, folks. This isn't fair. But it's always fun. Hey, look, he even drives fast in reverse. You sure that's not a race car driver in that water truck? Is that what we're doing? We're working on the demo derby track? I was going to say, the Stingers ain't even out here yet. That's the fastest demo derby I've ever seen. All right. Late models, you need to be at stop and go. By the way, if you are the flagman, your presence is needed at the top of the crow's nest out there. Hey, Brandon, they might not hear you, but we hear you here in the tower. You want to talk to the fans?
On Mike's radio.
Sorry, folks. Sometimes I have to monitor it and give them grief. All right, we're doing dust prevention. That's what we're doing. We're doing dust prevention. By the way, Brandon, what are you doing on the track? You're supposed to be up here in the tower, buddy. See, it's nice when you're as young and athletic as Brandon is. He's going to hop up there. Me, I would need a crane, an elevator, a hoist. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start it off with the late model hot laps so they can check the track out before their feature later tonight. We've got the pure stock, followed by the Stinger. Then we've got the late models, the vintage, followed by the street stock. That's your running order. Lineups are on the board. We got the flagman in the flag stand. He's ready to go. Tractors are back on the track, side by side on the track. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here come the crate late models coming out here to turn a few hot laps. This will be your feature tonight. This is the crate late models. Pure stock, you need to be lining up at stop and go. Pure stock, line up at stop and go. Your feature is up next. After the pure stock, it'll be the Stingers. Drivers, get ready. We're about ready to go racing here at Southern Raceway. Here we go. Hot lap time. Crate late models. Hang on, Kyle. Oh, Tim Anderson's got that 99 running strong. Jim Jarvis in the 36. Had to check up. Looks like he's got those ponies ready to run as well. I'm sorry, Taylor Jarvis. My mistake. The Jarvis family runs that number. I do know that. All right, let's get ready. Pure stock coming to the track here at Southern Raceway. Pure stock coming to the track. Don't forget, after we get done with our feature races, it's going to be demo derby time. Pure stock, pure stock. We're calling you to line up, stop, and go. Pure stock, pure stock. Line them up. Stingers, you better be ready as well. It's go time for features. Ladies and gentlemen, when the cars come out onto the track, please move away from the fence. I ask that you do this for your protection and your safety. I have seen cars hit the fence, hit the wall, flip, tires come over the fence. It's called racing for a reason, and we ask you to stay off the fence for your safety. Here we go. Coming to the track, it's the pure stock. I'll run down the lineup as they come out. In the front row, it's going to be the 10 of Bailey Ellison and Kevin Bell in the 38. Row number 2, Sidney Brown and Daryl Robinson. Row number 3, Owen Barnhill and TJ Grimes. Row 4, Gary Lippincott and Trent Sweeney. Row 5, it's going to be Link Powell and Matthew Harris. Everybody to the dance. Yay! Field coming to the 1 to go at the line. Going 20 laps here at Southern Raceway. Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, your front row as we get ready to romp and stomp on the 3/8 mile dirt here in Santa Rosa County, Florida. Green flag in the air. We are off and racing, and Bailey Ellison going to try to check out on the field. The J driver romping, stomping, doing everything possible. Kevin Bell going right with him. But can Kevin Bell keep up? Then it's going to be Daryl Robinson in third. Sidney Brown fourth. TJ Grimes fifth. Trent Sweeney sixth. And they are scattered after that. Bailey Ellison out of J, Florida. Taking the high line of the dirt. Likes the grip up there. Make that number 10 car wide and hard to pass. Oh, that was a big slide. Looks like Gary Lippincott went way high. Oh, that wasn't cool. Matthew Harris got a nose job on that car. Looks like Link Powell brings out the caution. Lap 4. Looks like Matthew Harris has problems as he was trying to leave the track. All right. All right, we've got 4 on the board. Link Powell slowing at the bottom of turn 2. Brought out the caution. He's now in the pits. They're pushing Matthew Harris to the pits as well. I think he's got a little bit more damage, especially on that front corner. Kevin Bell is going to get to choose inside or out. There comes the 7 back on the track. Link Powell. It's going to be Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell. Then it's going to be the 6 of Daryl Robinson. getting ready to go green this next time by. Getting ready, the Bailey Ellison bringing them into turn 3. Transferring to turn 4 and the starting box. Ellison gets on the gas. Green flag in the air. We are back to action. 4 in the book, 16 to go. Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell. Then it's going to be Daryl Robinson. Oh, Daryl got loose as a goose. And around he goes. Coming back to a caution, lap 5. All right, let's try this a little bit more. Getting ready to get back to action. We've got 5 on the board. That caution brought out by Daryl Robinson in the spin cycle. Looks like the 64 of Sidney Brown gets an assist on that. Here we go, resetting the field for you. It's going to be Bailey Ellison in the 10, Kevin Bell. Then it's going to be TJ Grimes, Owen Barnhill, Trent Sweeney, Gary Lippincott, Link Powell, Daryl Robinson, and tail end of the field is going to be Sidney Brown out of Freeport. We've got 5 in the books. Coming off turn number 4. Bailey Ellison leading them on to the green flag. Green flag in the air. TJ Grimes keeping up with Kevin Bell as they run into one. Bailey Ellison out front. Kevin Bell second. TJ Grimes. Owen Barnhill. Then it's going to be Gary Lippincott. That's your front 5 as we're back to racing action. Bailey Ellison. Oh, it got close off of 4. Ellison pulling away. Whoa. That not good. There's cars everywhere. Coming to a caution flag. Lap number 6. Excuse me, lap 7. There was a little hanky, a little panky, and a lot of metal. Looks like they're calling for the hook. Time for Tomater to go onto the track. Looks like they're checking out some cars to make sure they can go safely around the track. Circling the track, it's going to be Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, TJ Grimes, Owen Barnhill, Link Powell, Daryl Robinson, Sidney Brown. Then there's going to be Gary Lippincott and the Sweeney Mobile. Trent Sweeney in the 19. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, Demo Derby tonight. It is great seeing everyone out here. Give yourself a round of applause for coming out for racing action at Southern Raceway. Great to see all of you. Don't forget about the 50-50. You can get your tickets from Miss Kathy at the table behind the ticket booth. Should be a big jackpot tonight. Looks like Sweeney's got a flat tire. Looks like Trent Sweeney has issues, and we're not talking about a subscription to Sports Illustrated. Trent Sweeney off the track with a flat right rear. I'm hearing reports Gary Lippincott is having to give his car a cool drink of water. Trent Sweeney had to get a new Hoosier. Resetting the field for you, Bailey Ellison. Then it's going to be Kevin Bell, T.J. Grimes, Owen Barnhill, Link Powell. Then it's going to be Darrell Robinson, Sidney Brown. There comes Gary Lippincott back. Waiting to see if Trent Sweeney's going to be out. Sometimes getting drivers to lineups like herding cats. Getting ready. We've got 7 in the book, 13 to go here at Southern Raceway in the Pure Stock. Field's getting ready to get the 1 to go. Looks like Trent Sweeney getting ready to tag in tail of the field after getting a new Hoosier on his number 19 car. Hello, Trent. Thank you for coming back to join us. He now has a new Hoosier. 7 in, 13 to go here at Southern Raceway. This is our first feature of the evening. We've got a big night planned, following it everything up with a minivan demolition derby. This is going to be new. Never seen them do minivans before. Bailey Ellison bringing them off turn number 4. Green flag in the air. We are back to racing action. Bailey Ellison checking out, as it looks like T.J. Grimes and Kevin Bell were getting acquainted going into turn 1. Bell up to second, Grimes in third, Link Powell fourth, Owen Barnhill fifth. Looks like Sidney Brown and Darrell Robinson getting acquainted in the back of the pack. As we are approaching halfway with Bailey Ellison out front. Trent Sweeney down to the low side, sliding up in front of Gary Lippincott in 1. Back to the front, it's going to be Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, T.J. Grimes, Link Powell feeling the heat from Owen Barnhill. We've got, looks like Trent Sweeney to the inside of 4. Don't know what happened to Sweeney. Trent Sweeney spins turn 4. We are halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. Bailey Ellison on the point. Kevin Bell second. T.J. Grimes third. Then it's going to be Link Powell. And behind Link Powell it's going to be, looks like Barnhill took it off the track. So that's going to move Sidney Brown up to the 5th spot. Owen Barnhill apparently took his car into the hot pit to get some work done to it, or maybe his car needs a cool drink of water. Kevin Bell has the option inside or out. He's going to go high. That puts TJ Grimes at the bottom. Link Powell, Sidney Brown. Looks like we got some trash on the track. Track officials out there getting the trash up. He is now off the track. Field getting the one to go this time by. Bailey Ellison has been romping, stomping, and just putting things in perspective as he's got those Hoosiers hooked up on that 10 machine, the driver out of Jay, Florida. He's led wire to wire despite the 4 cautions. Ellison out front. Kevin Bell second, TJ Grimes third, Link Powell fourth, Sidney Brown fifth. Coming to a green flag to resume racing. Green flag in the air, Bailey Ellison on the gas, and here we go. Down into turn 1. Bailey Ellison out like a rocket. Kevin Bell trying to catch up. TJ Grimes lets him slip ahead. Oh, Darrell Robinson takes a trip through the neighborhood of the infield. It's going to be Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, TJ Grimes, Link Powell, Sidney Brown. Your top 5, 11 on the board. Let's see how Darrell Robinson gets around 2 this time. No problem. Out front once again, Bailey Ellison showing the way. Strong run by Sidney Brown in the S64. Then it's Gary Lippincott, Trent Sweeney, and Robinson tail end of the field. But Bailey Ellison is trying to break away, and Kevin Bell is doing everything in his power to keep up. 13 on the board, 7 to go this time by. Ellison has got a high groove, and he's keeping the RPMs up on that motor and pulling away from the field. Oh, look down there in turn 2. We had a little dance to bring out a caution, lap 14. Looks like Sweeney and Lippincott tried to do a little synchronized spinning. They're both back under power after the incident in turn number 2. We've got 14 in the book, 6 to go. Bailey Ellison out front. Kevin Bell running second. TJ Grimes third. TJ Grimes and Kevin Bell are battling it out in row number 2. And because they're battling, that might give Sweeney a little bit of an advantage. Bailey Ellison a little bit of an advantage. Ellison's able to pull away, and by the time they sort out, he's got about a 4 or 5 car length advantage. Row number 3 is Sidney Brown on the outside, the 7 machine on the inside. That's Link Powell. You saw that car last night here in the Pure Stock and the Ladies League. Coming off turn 4, green flag in the air. Bailey Ellison off and running again. TJ Grimes, they sort out a little quicker. Darrell Robinson looking to the inside of Sidney Brown. Coming off turn 2 as Bailey Ellison continues to show the way. It's going to be Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, TJ Grimes, Link Powell. Oh, Sidney Brown got close to the wall. Daryl Robinson, Trent Sweeney, and Gary Lippincott. 5 to go here at Southern Raceway. Feature number 1, the pure stock. Bailey Ellison, the driver out of Jay, Florida. He's got the checkered flag on top of that car for a reason. Sidney Brown slowing in turn 4, now back under power. Here comes Bailey Ellison closing in on Sidney Brown. It's going to be Bailey Ellison showing the way. Kevin Bell, 2 laps to go. Oh, Sidney Brown goes around in 2. Looks like that car might have wore out its Hoosiers. Going to be caution lap 19.
It's only one. She assistant. Okay.
All right, folks, we have 19 on the books. Setting the field for you, Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, TJ Grimes, Daryl Robinson, Link Powell, Trent Sweeney, Gary Lippincott, looks like Gary Lippincott needing a push. Lippincott pushed off the track. Sidney Brown had a sheet metal ectomy done to her car. They're getting ready to take one at the line. Sidney Brown coming out, attaching tail end of the field. It's going to be Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, TJ Grimes, Daryl Robinson, Link Powell. We're going to go green, white, checkered in that order. It's what we call overtime here at Southern Raceway. Bailey Ellison has led wire to wire so far. That 10 car holds together 2 more laps. He's going to visit victory lane. Coming off turn number 4. Field doubled up behind him 2 by 2. Green flag in the air. Bailey Ellison checking out. TJ Grimes, Kevin Bell going to battle it out in row 2. Bell gets the drop. Does he have the momentum to catch up with Bailey Ellison? Link Powell looks like he's fading, settling into the 5 spot. Here we go. Bailey Ellison, white flag in the air. Last lap. Bailey Ellison, Kevin Bell, TJ Grimes, Darrell Robinson, Link Powell, Sidney Brown, Trent Sweeney in that order. Coming off turn number 4. Here's your winner. It's going to be Bailey Ellison. Kevin Bell coming home second. Then it's going to be TJ Grimes coming home third. Darrell Robinson in fourth. And fifth place is going to go to the 7 car of Link Powell. Stingers, get ready. You're coming to the track. Ladies and gentlemen, Bailey Ellison out of Jay, Florida, taking that number 10 machine into victory lane. Listen to him clearing those carburetors, getting ready to unbuckle and climb out. Takes a little bit to get the helmet and everything off. Be patient. They stage it on TV a little better. Coming out of the car, your winner, Bailey Ellison from Jay, Florida. Stingers, get ready. Stingers, get ready. By the way, folks, it is great to see Phil, the photographer, here at Southern Raceway. Glad to see him here doing well. You can look him up on the internet to see all the photos he takes here at the racetrack. Phil does a great job, a lot of action photos. We want to thank him for how he helps us as well in promoting the racing here at Southern Raceway, as he helps out with the photos that are submitted to the area newspapers. So please go check out his website. Getting ready to come to the track. It's going to be the Stingers. Bailey Ellison one more time through the grandstands. Big round of applause for the driver from Jay. Here come the Stingers. We've got Stephen Hill out of Crestview in the 20. Sean Gunter in the 15. Kevin Blocker in the 18. Eddie Quason in the 14Q. Row 3 is going to be Jesse Savage in the 14. Beside him, Steve Seidner in the 1776. Tail end of the field, it's going to be Brandon Seidner in the 42 machine. "20 laps for the Stingers. The world's fastest demolition derby in a circle. Stephen Hill outside, front row in the 20. He is on the pole. Sean Gunter in the 15. Here they go. Field is paired up side by side. Brandon Seidner tail end of the field. One car did not make the start. Coming off turn number 4, green flag in the air. Stephen Hill is checking out. Brandon Seidner trying to get around Steve Seidner. Going into turn 1. Brandon Seidner moves up 2 spots right at the drop of the hat. It's going to be Stephen Hill Oh, look out. Stephen Hill, your leader. Then it's going to be Eddie Quason, Sean Gunter, in that order. Kevin Blocker. Oh, we got one at the top. That's going to be Brandon Seidner at the top of the track. Caution lap 2 for the 42 of Brandon Seidner. Stephen Hill on the point. Eddie Quason chooses the high side. That's going to put Sean Gunter. Kevin Booker will go inside row 3. Or excuse me, Kevin Blocker inside row 3. As he is running 4th. Now they're in position. Field getting the 1 to go when we go, so we can go back to racing. We got 2 complete, 18 to go. Everybody's tightening up. Stephen Hill out front. Eddie Quason running 2nd. Sean Gunter 3rd. Kevin Blocker 4th. 5th place, that's going to be Jesse Savage. Coming off turn 4. They're in the starter's box. Green flag in the air. We are back to racing. Stephen Hill out front. Eddie Quason running 2nd. Brandon Seidner trying to march his way through the field. He's right behind Jesse Savage. Stephen Hill showing the way. Eddie Quason, Sean Gunter, Jesse Savage, Kevin Blocker. Here comes Brandon Seidner. He gets around Blocker. He's trying to get around Savage. Sean Gunter looks like he's going to be his next target. Going down the backstretch as Brandon Seidner's making the run on the high side. He's doing the hustle in the 42 as he's gone from dead last to 3rd in 2 laps. Now it might get a little bit harder as out front is Stephen Hill, followed by Eddie Quason. Brandon Seidner got around 4 cars, but the next 2 might prove to be a little more difficult. We've got 5 on the board, 15 to go. Stephen Hill enjoying a 3-race winning streak in the Stinger division. He's got his Stinger rolling. Eddie Quason, he's doing everything he can to get Mr. Congeniality points. Brandon Seidner trying to close the gap. Looks like he might have cut into it a little bit in the 42. We've got 6 on the board, getting ready to complete 7. This time by Stephen Hill out of Crestview is your leader. There goes Eddie Quason, Brandon Seidner. 4th place is going to be Sean Gunter. Then it's going to be Jesse Savage in the 5th spot. 14 must be a very popular number. Look at that pack in the back. They've sorted out in the back, or in the front. But out back, it's going to be Jesse Savage, Steve Seidner, and Kevin Blocker. Going mano-a-mano. Trying to sort out the last 3 spots. Stephen Hill still showing the way. 9 on the board. Just shy of halfway. Eddie Quason, Brandon Seidner. Here comes Sean Gunter. Leading the trio is going to be Jesse Savage, followed by Kevin Blocker, and then Steve Seidner. Halfway this time by Stephen Hill. 10 down, 10 to go. Eddie Quason not catching up to Stephen Hill, but it looks like they have equalized the gap between himself and the 3rd place of Brandon Seidner. But these are stinger cars. Things can change quickly. 9 laps to go. Look at the battle in the back. Jesse Savage in the 14. Kevin Blocker in the 18. And the 1776, the patriotic one of Steven Seidner. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a set of keys turned into the tower. Please come identify them to get them. 12 laps on the board. Now make it 13 as Stephen Hill is closing in on the back of the pack. Eddie Quason. Brandon Seidner sounded a little off coming off 4. Stephen Hill closing in on the bottom last two cars. That's going to be Jesse Savage and Steve Seidner. Whoa, he split the middle. Now being at risk going a lap down, it's going to be Kevin Blocker in the 18. Steve Hill. He's got a run going now. He's gotten around that car. Next one to put a lap down could be Sean Gunter. Second place is still Eddie Quason. Third place is Brandon Seidner. Steve Seidner looks like he's slowing the top of the backstretch. Lap number 16. Resetting the field. It's going to be Stephen Hill. Second place is going to be Eddie Quason. We have 17 on the board. 3 laps to go. Field in its running order. Stephen Hill, Eddie Quason, Brandon Seidner. Then it's going to be Sean Gunter, Kevin Blocker, and Jesse Savage. Don't know what happened to the 1776, but Steve Seidner slowed coming out of the top of turn 2. Eddie Quason's going to pick his line. There comes Steve Seidner back on the track. It's going to be Stephen Hill. Eddie Quason in second in the 14. Top side of row 2. Inside row 2, Brandon Seidner. Then it's going to be Sean Gunter. Kevin Blocker beside him. Jesse Savage and Steve Seidner. Green flag in the air. We're back to racing. Stephen Hill running away. Looks like Brandon Seidner's going to try to catch up as he gets around Eddie Quason going into turn 1. Stephen Hill. Then it's going to be Brandon Seidner, Eddie Quason, Sean Gunter falling back. Kevin Blocker's battling with him. Stephen Hill 2 laps to go as he's pulling away from Brandon Seidner in the 42. Stephen Hill, the Crestview driver, coming off of 4. White flag in the air, last lap. Brandon Seidner in the 42 trying to catch up, but now he's got company in the 14 of Eddie Quayson. Quayson gets underneath Seidner. Looks like Seidner might have had a little trouble in 1 and 2. As coming off turn number 4, here comes your leader and winner. Make it 4 in a row for Stephen Hill. Eddie Quayson coming home second. Third place is going to go to Brandon Seidner. Fourth place is going to be Sean Gunter. And the fifth spot is going to be the 18 of Kevin Blocker. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me remind you, we had a set of keys turned in top of the tower. If you are missing your keys, please come up here and describe them. Looks like it's a Nissan keyring, but that's all I'm going to say. So if you've got a Nissan, check your pockets. Yeah, we could. Hey, that's it. You want to do that, Brandon, or should we send someone else? We might horn check. Ladies and gentlemen, your Stinger feature winner from Crestview, Stephen Hill. Thank you. As Stephen Hill completes getting his photos taken in victory lane, I've got the 50-50 winning ticket number. It's going to be half the pot. It was a small pot. Half the pot, winning ticket number 548 590. 548 590 is the winning ticket number for Split the Pot. As Stephen Hill goes off the track, and track officials are making sure we've got a clean track for the 604 Crate Late models getting ready to come to the track. Once again, 50-50 winning ticket number 548 590. Everybody wave to Dan. He's doing crowd shots. Wave to him. Make faces at him. If you've got popcorn, you can throw it at him. Maybe a hot dog wrapper. We want to thank everyone once again for tuning in on Just Dirt Productions. All right, we have found the key owners, so the keys are now going back home. Once again, your 50-50 ticket number, 548 590. As track officials check the track, don't forget next week, $20 car load. The record is 17 or 18 unofficially. I put Mr. Tom on the spot. He couldn't remember how many that actually was. Looks like now I'm getting ready to give away some money. Gave away some keys. Let's check the number. We have a winner. Congratulations. Have a winner on the 50-50 ticket number. Now getting ready to come to the track. It's going to be the 604 Crate Late models here at Southern Raceway. Let's get ready to introduce the field as they get ready to come onto the track. It's going to be Tim Anderson and Taylor Jarvis on the front row. John Bryant, Bud Thompson, row 2. Row 3 is going to be James Gilmore and Tyler Webb, all the way here from Apalachicola, Florida. Hope he brought some oysters. No, I don't. There's no R in the month. And tail end of the field, the 79 of Kyle Bryant out of Navarre. 20 laps for the 604 crate late models. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the cars are going up to speed. Please get away from the fence for your safety. Please get away from the fence for your safety. Thank you. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. We've got a full house tonight. Oh boy, we're going to have a fast field tonight. It's going to be Tim Anderson on the point. Taylor Jarvis outside front row. John Bryant, Bud Thompson. Row number 2, Bud Thompson out of Mossy Head, Florida. James Gilmore and Tyler Webb, row 3. Then it's going to be Kyle Bryant, tail end of the field. Getting ready to go 20 laps in the 604 crate late models. Here they come off of into turn 3. Getting ready to come off turn 4. Tim Anderson in control of the field. Anderson slams the gas. Taylor Jarvis right with him. Jarvis looks like he's going to win the run to 1. Jarvis out front. Tim Anderson second. John Bryant moving now up to the second spot. Tim Anderson having trouble as he's getting freight trained by the field. It's going to be Taylor Jarvis. Caution on the track. I'm trying to find out what happened. We're going to do a complete restart according to race control. Looks like we had some games going on at the front row. Nobody could really tell if someone jumped or we were playing some games out there. Race car drivers can be crafty. That's why we have people in the corner to catch who jumps and who does what. Green flag in the air once again. Here we go. Tim Anderson trying to hold off Taylor Jarvis, but he can't do it. Taylor Jarvis out front. John Bryant moving back up into the third spot as he gets underneath Bud Thompson. Oh, look out. John Bryant goes around in fourth. John Bryant gets the spin. Looks like they're getting John Bryant righted. John Bryant getting his car righted. Coming back, you will tag tail end of the field. Resetting the field for you, it's going to be Taylor Jarvis. Behind Taylor Jarvis, Tim Anderson. Then it'll be Bud Thompson. Behind Bud Thompson, it will be the 47 of James Gilmore. Then it's going to be the 01. That's going to be the car of Tyler Webb. Kyle Bryant. And the 22 of John Bryant. I don't know why my mind got off. I had John Bryant, Kyle Bryant. I'm thinking I'm making a mistake somewhere. Here we go. Get ready for the Alabama Shuffle. Taylor Jarvis out on the point. Green flag in the air. Taylor Jarvis on the gas. Bud Thompson going right with him. Thompson says, "This Bud's for you," as he another caution. John Bryant once again. Getting the field reset. Taylor Jarvis. Then it's going to be Bud Thompson, Tim Anderson. It's going to be James Gilmore. And the 0-1 of Tyler Webb. John Bryant and Kyle Bryant in that order. Green flag in the air. Taylor Jarvis on the gas. Bud Thompson trying to keep up with him. Tim Anderson, he's in the mix as well. Anderson slides up in front of Thompson. Thompson tries to do a crossover. Going down the back stretch. It's going to be Taylor Jarvis, Tim Anderson, Bud Thompson, James Gilmore, and then it's going to be Tyler Webb in the 0-1. John Bryant in the 22. Getting a little cloudy out there. Possibly a chance of meatballs falling. Anyway, out front, it's going to be Taylor Jarvis, Tim Anderson, Bud Thompson, your front three. 3 on the board. Taylor Jarvis, he's out front. He capitalized on the restart, and he is going, and possibly gone. Tim Anderson running second. Bud Thompson third. James Gilmore fourth. Then it's going to be Tyler Webb in the fifth spot. 4 on the board, and Taylor Jarvis is making this a runaway. Jarvis is putting on a dirt late model clinic. Jarvis has already got 2 turns on the field. Now he's got a straightaway. Tim Anderson, Bud Thompson, James Gilmore, Tyler Webb, and John Bryant in that order. Seven on the board, 13 to go. Does anyone have anything to catch Taylor Jarvis? We might have to get a song or two going for this one. 8 on the board. The way Jarvis is checked out on the field, the big lady might be getting ready to sing. We'll find out how it goes. Taylor Jarvis almost a half lap ahead of the field. Tim Anderson's got everything he can do. He's got Mr. Congeniality down pat as Bud Thompson is running third. But no one, I mean no one, can catch that 36 machine. Everybody's falling in order. You've got Taylor Jarvis. Then it's going to be Tim Anderson, Bud Thompson. Then it's going to be James Gilmore, Tyler Webb, John Bryant. And here he comes once again. It's going to be Taylor Jarvis. 12 on the board this time by. Taylor Jarvis has checked out. We got problems. We got issues. That did not look good. Caution, lap 12. That's going to be the 77 of Bud Thompson. The 47 of James Gilmore. And the 22 of John Bryant. For some reason, that 22 does not like turn number 4 tonight. There goes Bud Thompson. Here is your leader, Taylor Jarvis. There is James Gilmore. There's Tim Anderson. Then it's going to be Tyler Webb. Okay, now that everything's getting sorted out, it's going to be James Gilmore in the 4th spot. Soon as Tyler Webb catches up. Looks like Bud Thompson brought that caution out. Bud Thompson in the 77. Then James Gilmore and John Bryant had to take evasive action. Field getting ready to double up. It's going to be Taylor Jarvis, Tim Anderson, Tyler Webb, James Gilmore, John Bryant, and Bud Thompson. Looks like that's going to be James Gilmore at the bottom of 4 wanting a consultation about something. James Gilmore showing talking to the track official. I don't know what's going on. James Gilmore rejoining the field. All right, getting ready to go back to racing here at Southern Raceway. Getting ready to go green here at Southern Raceway. Getting ready to go green. Racing action. It's going to be Taylor Jarvis on the point. Jarvis on the grass. And it's going to be Tim Anderson. It's going to be Taylor Jarvis, Tim Anderson. Then it's going to be James Gilmore and Tyler Webb battling it out. Taylor Jarvis starting to pull away from Tim Anderson. James Gilmore. Then it's going to be Tyler Webb, Bud Thompson, John Bryant. 13 in the books. Here we go. Taylor Jarvis showing the way. He's pulling away from Tim Anderson, but no one can get around Tim Anderson in the second spot. Here comes Jarvis, followed by Anderson. Then it's going to be Gilmore, Webb, Bryant, then Thompson. 5 laps to go. Here we go. Taylor Jarvis. He's showing the way. He's pulling out once again. Looks like the big lady's getting ready to sing. 3 more laps to go for Taylor Jarvis. It's going to be Jarvis, Anderson. Then it's going to be Gilmore, Webb, Bryant, and then it's going to be Thompson. Taylor Jarvis is hitting his marks, and he is pulling away from the field. No one can touch him. He's just got to keep all 4 Hoosiers on the ground, lined up, going the same direction as he comes off turn 4 to the white flag. Last lap for Taylor Jarvis. Taylor Jarvis, last time off turn 2 and down the back stretch. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to turn out the lights. The party for this one's over. Taylor Jarvis is your winner. Tim Anderson comes home second. Then it's going to be James Gilmore in third. Tyler Webb fourth, and the 5th one's going to go to John Bryant. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Pulling into victory lane, ladies and gentlemen. It is your winner. Give him just a moment to get unbuckled. There's the helmet on the hood. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Taylor Jarvis. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for the vintage. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to come out to the track. It's going to be the vintage class. Here they come onto the track. Gaston Rogers in the 75. The Central grad, Caden White in the 94. Row 2 is going to be Ricky Haugen, Robin Christensen, Chris Brown, Don Hall will make up row 3. Row 4 is going to be J.D. Fuquay and Dustin Henderson. Row 5, Kristen Rass, Chris Gibson, and Brittany Fife will start tail end of the field. We've got 11 cars getting ready to go 20 laps. Field coming to the 1 to go. Here we go. Gaston Rogers in charge of the field. Inside of Gaston Rogers is the Hunter Orange 94 of Caden White. Ricky Haugen, Robin Christensen makes up row 2. Row 3 is going to be Chris Brown and Don Hall. Getting ready to go 20 laps here at Southern Raceway. Green flag in the air. We are off and running. Gaston Rogers is on a mission. Rogers out front. Caden White second. The Wild Child out of pace. Ricky Haugen running third. Here comes Chris Brown. J.D. Fuquay. Looks like Robin Christensen starting to drop back just a little bit as he gets in line ahead of Kristen Rass, followed by Don Hall. Then it's going to be Dustin Henderson. 1 on the board. Gaston Rogers, Caden White, and Ricky Haugen battling it out behind him. The Wild Child at the stripe. Caden White falls back to third, but it looks like Chris Brown and J.D. Fuquay are battling it out, and Caden White makes a comeback underneath Haugen going into 3 as Gaston Rogers continues to lead. Oh, look out. We got a spinner in 3. Chris Brown hits the spin button. Caution on the track. Lap number 3. Gaston Rogers wins the run back to the flag stand. Chris Brown brings out the caution. I thought we were going to lose a couple of cars. Ricky Haugen was hanging out through his back end about ready to go around. Chris Brown, he did go around. Caution lap 4. It's going to be Gaston Rogers, Caden White, Ricky Haugen, J.D. Fuquay, Kristen Rass, Robin Christensen, Don Hall, Dustin Henderson. Behind Dustin Henderson, it's going to be Chris Brown, then Brittany Fife, and trying to see who that other car is back there with them. 4S of Chris Gibson is in that mix. We've got 4 on the board, 16 to go here at Southern Raceway. Four on the board, 16 to go. This is going to be the vintage feature of the night. Gaston Rogers is out front. He's been out front all night long. Heat race, feature. Green flag in the air. Gaston Rogers on the gas. Caden White, Ricky Haugen trying to go with him as well as J.D. Fuquay. It is a herd going into turn 1. The Wild Child, Ricky Haugen on the outside. He's falling in behind Rogers. Caden White third, J.D. Fuquay fourth. Kristen Rast in 5th. Gaston Rogers, he is putting on a vintage clinic. Oh, look out. Robin Christensen goes off-road and gets back in the gas. Oh, look out. We got a spinner. Oh, Looks like Don Hall. Oh, no. Chris Gibson clipped the back of the 12. That does not look good for Chris Gibson. I'd hate to see the damage on the 12 because all I see from here is the front end. That's going to be caution lap number 6. Looks like they're going to have to call for the hook for both cars. Mr. Tom's going to have some debris to sell tonight. Gaston Rogers is still your leader. We'll sort the scoring out in just a moment. Right now, I'm guessing both drivers are okay. I don't see anybody scrambling. I see them pulling cable and hooks. Looks like they just got a couple of cars to get off the track. Oh, that's a scary moment. Looks like Ricky Haugen off the track. That's going to end his night. If you want to give him a round of applause, folks, that's about all he's going to get out of the pay window tonight. Chris Gibson's going to have the same consequences as they try to find somewhere to hook onto that 4S. Looks like Chris Gibson's got some issues now. Ladies and gentlemen, give Chris Gibson a round of applause. That's going to be his consolation for the evening. He's got a lot of work to do to that car. That was a wild ride for the 4S. 6 on the board, resetting the field for you. It's going to be Gaston Rogers, Caden White. Then it's going to be J.D. Fuquay, Chris Brown, followed by the 717 of Kristen Rast. Field bunching it up, hearing reports. Saw the damage to Chris Gibson's car. Broken axle for Ricky Haugen. According to reports, as well as a bent track bar. Gaston Rogers showing the way in the 75. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make a quick, well, I'll make it at the next break. I've got an announcement to make on behalf of Ms. Patsy. Gaston Rogers leading the field off of turn 4. Green flag in the air. We are back to action. Gaston Rogers, Caden White. Getting up in the mix is J.D. Fuquay and Chris Brown. Oh, Caden White looks like he got a run off of 4. He moves under Gaston Rogers. Rogers high. J.D. Fuquay in the mix as well as they go down the front stretch. Rogers taking advantage of the battle behind him. Caden White, J.D. Fuquay, Chris Gibson sticking his nose into that mix as well. We've got 7 on the board. Gaston Rogers showing the way. J.D. Fuquay goes high. Caden White back up to second. Fuquay slides in front of Chris Brown. They're slugging it out behind the leader. Looks like a heavyweight fight with 4 Hoosier tires for each. Gaston Rogers, Caden White. Here comes Chris Brown trying to go around J.D. Fuquay. Brown on the high side, Fuquay down low. Caden White kind of got a rearview mirror full of that fight. Gaston Rogers, Caden White, J.D. Fuquay now in the 3rd spot. Chris Brown running 4th. Kristen Rass, strong run in 5th. We've got 10 down, 10 to go. Rogers watching his lead grow as the drivers behind him, 2nd through 4th, slug it out. Right now, Caden White's ahead of J.D. Fuquay and Chris Brown, but that could change momentarily. Gaston Rogers out front. Chris Brown now looking to mount a charge for the 3rd spot. Rogers, he has figured that 75 out, and it is walking tall. Oh, look out. They wadded them all up in 1 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we got cars everywhere. Red out on lap 12 because we had cars everywhere. Southern Raceway turned into Junior Samples car lot. Ladies and gentlemen, I will give you the lineup once they get it sorted out. Looks like everybody's trying to get scoring done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you the top 3 as I see it. Kristen Rass first, Don Hall second, and Robin Christensen third. Bear with us just a moment. We're trying to get everything situated and scored. But apparently, let me rephrase this for you. The 75 spun, collecting the 23, the 52, and the 94. So for that reason, they will all go to the back of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, while scoring's getting this all straightened out, let me remind you that before the demolition derby, all kids need to be picked up from the playground, please. This note, once again, from Miss Patsy. For those that are here at the track, before the demolition derby, all kids need to be picked up from the playground. And when you pick up your children from the playground, please don't forget to show your appreciation to Miss Patsy for what all she did tonight in watching the little ones so you could watch the racing action. Kristen Rast is your leader. Don Hall's going to choose the inside. Robin Christensen the outside. We've got 12 on the board, and we are getting ready to return to racing action. This is going to be of an epic proportion for the restart. Kristen Rast out front, Don Hall second, Robin Christensen third, Caden White fourth, J.D. Fuqua fifth, Chris Brown sixth. Then it's going to be Brittany Fife in the 25, the 8 of Dustin Henderson, and Gaston Rogers in the 75. Green flag in the air, and we are going racing. And here comes J.D. Fuqua and Caden White through the field like a freight train. Don Hall, here comes Chris Brown right in the back. So it's going to be Kristen Rast, Robin Christensen, J.D. Fuqua, Caden White. There's Don Hall, Chris Brown trying to get around Don Hall. Oh, they touched in one. That was a hard touch. It's going to be Kristen Rast, Robin Christensen, then J.D. Fuqua, Caden White, Chris Brown, Don Hall, Dustin Henderson, and Gaston Rogers. Oh, Robin goes around. J.D. Fuqua gets around Kristen Rast. Rast back to second. J.D. Fuqua out front. Chris Brown, Caden White slugging it out. Brown up to third. 15 on the board, 5 to go. Caden White in the fourth spot. Don Hall fifth. We got a spinner down in 2. Caution lap 16. That spin's going to go to the 8 of Dustin Henderson. Your leader, J.D. Fuqua in the 52. Kristen Rast in the 717. Chris Brown in the 23B. Caden White, Don Hall, Gaston Rogers, Robin Christensen. And then it's going to be Brittany Fife. That is your running order. 16 on the board, 4 laps to go. Vintage feature here at Southern Raceway. Street stock, get ready. Street stock, get ready. Here comes Dustin Henderson in the 8. There we go. Now we're getting everybody in their pews. Getting ready for services tomorrow morning. Few hours early. J.D. Fuquay out front. Kristen Rass right behind him in second. Then it's going to be Chris Brown, Caden White, Don Hall. Your top 5. We've got 4 laps to go. Here we're getting ready for a restart. Green flag in the air. Chris Brown looks like he's going to get the run around Kristen Rass. Rass gets the 3rd spot. Caden White sliding up into 4th ahead of Don Hall. Here comes Robin Christensen. Oh, he got close to the back end of Don's car. He saves it. J.D. Fuquay out front. Then it's going to be Chris Brown. Kristen Rass. She's making a strong comeback after last night. J.D. Fuquay out front. 3 to go. 2 to go this next time by the flag stand. Chris Brown 2nd. Kristen Rass 3rd. Caden White 4th. Then it's going to be Don Hall, Robin Christensen, Gaston Rogers, Dustin Henderson, and then Brittany Fife. Coming to the white flag last lap. It's J.D. Fuquay out front. Chris Brown and Kristen Rass. 1, 2, and 3. Coming to the checkered flag, it's going to be J.D. Fuquay, Chris Brown, Kristen Rass, Caden White, and Don Hall. Your finishing order. Ladies and gentlemen, that is more than a wild one. Coming to victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, it is the driver of the 52. Let him get unbuckled. Climbing out of his car right now, the driver of the 52 machine. Waiting for him to climb out, your winner, J.D. Fuquay, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like JD's having some trouble with some buckles. J.D. Fuquay climbing out, your winner. Big round of applause. The winner of the wild one tonight. You're in trouble now, Reba. Once again, your winner in the Vintage Wild West Show, J.D. Fuquay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to remind you of a couple things as we get ready to roll out the Crate Racing USA Street Stock Division. Like I said, as we get ready for our final feature of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, the playground will be closing after that feature. You're going to have about, 10, 15 minutes. We got to add some water to the track. We've got to clean the berm up on the front stretch, set up some cans for the demolition derby. So take an opportunity, stretch your legs. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. Don't forget, if you got kids in the playground, get your kids. Thank Ms. Patsy. And then come back for the minivan demolition derby here at Southern Raceway. As here they come, your Crate Racing USA Street Stocks. Tommy Lowry, your pole setter, in the 27. Huck Gibson in the 20. Row 2 is going to be Jason McDaniel in the 10. The graduate, Sonny Gilmore in the 64. And Michael Johnson, who will be bluer than blue, starting tail end of the field in the 311. The field looks set. We've got Tommy Lowry on the outside, the front row. He is starting the race. Huck Gibson on the inside. Then it's going to be Jason McDaniel in the 10. Sonny Gilmore outside row 2 in the 64. Michael Johnson in the 311. Green flag in the air. Let's go racing. Huck Gibson, Tommy Lowry getting acquainted going into one. Lowry trying a crossover move, but Jason McDaniel and Huck Gibson kind of did a squeeze play. It's going to be Huck Gibson, Jason McDaniel, Tommy Lowry, Michael Johnson, and Sonny Gilmore. One on the board. Oh, Jason McDaniel off-roading it. Woo! Little close. He's back on the track. Huck Gibson, Tommy Lowry, Michael Johnson, Sonny Gilmore. Here comes Jason McDaniel. Sonny Gilmore now going off-road. Gilmore back on the track. We're staying green. Tommy Lowry, your new leader, as he gets around Huck Gibson. Coming off turn number 4. Lowry out front. Huck Gibson running second. Then it's going to be Michael Johnson, Jason McDaniel, Sonny Gilmore. We are a fifth of the way through the race. 4 on the board, and Tommy Boy is pulling away. Tommy Lowry showing the point. Oh, Huck Gibson goes around. Michael Johnson goes around. We got synchronized spinning in turn 4. Lap 5. Tommy Lowry on the point. Jason McDaniel running second. Sonny Gilmore third. Michael Johnson fourth. We've got 5 on the board. 10 to go. Tommy Lowry on the point. Jason McDaniel second. Sonny Gilmore third. Jason McDaniel gets to go inside or out. He's going to take the high side. Sonny Gilmore will slide up to the second spot or third spot inside row 2 in the 64. Then it's going to be Michael Johnson and Huck Gibson. 5 on the board, 10 to go here at Southern Raceway. Tommy Lowry bringing them into turn 4. Lowry slams the accelerator. We're going green. Jason McDaniel. Here comes Huck Gibson up on the high side doing the hustle. He's up to third. Sonny Gilmore back to fourth. Then it's going to be Michael Johnson. It's a conga line out front as it's Tommy Lowry, Jason McDaniel, and Huck Gibson. Sonny Gilmore gets loose as Michael Johnson passes her. 6 on the board. We've got 9 to go. Jason McDaniel, Huck Gibson are trying to figure out if they've got anything for the Tommy boy, Tommy Lowry in the 27. Tommy Lowry off turn 4. He's starting to pull away from the field. 7 on the board. We got 8 to go. Just over halfway next time by. Tommy Lowry out front. He's got the 27 looking good. Michael Johnson and Huck Gibson, they tango in 4. Caution, lap 8. Huck Gibson is taking it off the track. 2 unassisted spins. Michael Johnson tried to save and avoid hitting Huck Gibson's car, spinning out both times. But 2 unassisted spins credited to the 20. Looks like Sonny Gilmore taking the outside of row 2. We've got 8 on the board. Your lineup is Tommy Lowry, Jason McDaniel, Sonny Gilmore, and then Michael Johnson. Tommy Lowry bringing them out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. Tommy Lowry on the gas. He's taking them down into 1. Jason McDaniel trying to close in. Tommy Lowry's got it going down the backstretch. Jason McDaniel running second. It's going to be Tommy Lowry, Jason McDaniel, Michael Johnson. Oh, Sonny Gilmore goes around in 4. Tommy Lowry, Jason McDaniel, 9 laps on the board. Then it's going to be Michael Johnson in the 311. And Sonny Gilmore trying to get the 64 fired to rejoin the field. Field getting 1 at the line. Tommy Lowry on the point. Then it's going to be Jason McDaniel, Michael Johnson, Sonny Gilmore. 9 on the board, 6 to go. Tommy Lowry bringing them into 3, going over to turn 4. Coming to a restart here at Southern Raceway. Green flag in the air. Tommy Lowry on the gas. Jason McDaniel right on his back bumper. Tommy Lowry moving it up high a little bit. gets a good drive off of 2. Jason McDaniel slides up to the second spot. Michael Johnson running third. Sonny Gilmore fourth. We are 2/3 of the way through the feature. Tommy Lowry out front. 10 down, 5 laps to go. Tommy Lowry in the 27, Jason McDaniel in the 10. The 311 of Michael Johnson in the 64 of the college graduate Sonny Gilmore. Tommy Lowry, 4 to go. He's pulling away from Jason McDaniel. Tommy Lowry setting it into turn 3. McDaniel about 5 car lengths back. 3 laps to go this time by for Tommy Lowry. Tommy Lowry, Jason McDaniel, Michael Johnson, Sonny Gilmore. Lowry, he's going to see 2 sticks in the air. Those are the horns, 2 laps to go. I would give a nickel if I had a video camera. Coming to the white flag in the 27, it's Tommy Boy Lowry. Last lap. Lowry goes into 1 and 2. He goes down the backstretch. Jason McDaniel falling back toward Michael Johnson. That looks like it might be a challenging race. After coming off turn number 4, Tommy Lowry, your winner. Jason McDaniel second, Michael Johnson third, Sonny Gilmore fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, going to the winner's circle for the first time in Crate Racing USA, it's going to be Tommy Lowry. Jason McDaniel going second, Michael Johnson third, 4th place is Sonny Gilmore. Ladies and gentlemen, give him just a moment to get his helmet off. There he is, Tommy Lowry, your winner. Hey, Tommy, stay there with the checkered flag, bud. Tommy, hold on a second. Hold on just a second, Tommy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan, keep him right there. Keep him right there. I'm looking through the stands. There she is. I will tell you now, folks, it took everything she had to stay quiet in the tower. This is Tommy's wife, Reba, coming onto the track. She doubles as a scorekeeper here, and she has gone through more heartache with him racing that race car than probably anybody I've ever seen. Tommy Lowry, congratulations. Now you can buy Reba the phone that you promised 2 years ago on Facebook with a feature win. You can do that now. Reba gets her phone. Ladies and gentlemen, take just a moment, stretch your legs, let some circulation get going. Remember, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are tuning in on Facebook through Just Dirt Productions, they're going to take a brief pause. They've got to reset some stuff. Then we're going to come back with the Demolition Derby. We want to thank Buster McDaniel and everybody involved in the Just Dirt production show tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a child in the playground, please get that child from the playground as it will be closing. Please remember Miss Patsy with all the work she has done tonight for you. Also, if you need to go to the bathroom, now would be a great time. Also, get you a soda, a drink, or something. Get that done. They are bringing the grader out. They've got to take the berm down. They've got to put some water, and they've got to put some barrels out. We are looking at roughly about a 10-15-minute pause. Also, wanted to let you know, don't forget next week, mark us down in your phone, your calendar, next week, Saturday night, right here at the Dirt, $20 a carload. $20 a carload. Bring your family, your friends, your neighbors. Bring the kids in the neighborhood. Get you a school bus, load them up, bring them in for $20, charge them $1 a head. Once again, we'll be back in just a few moments with the Minivan Demolition Derby here at Southern Raceway. We're going to pause just for a moment. I will take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment. Thank you.